yes, it is happening. So I say to you, embrace this event with all the poise that you have, boys and girls. Embrace this event with all the grace that you have. We have come this far, and we are about to say thank you. We have come to the end. Embrace the new norm, and I say to all of us, welcome to the graduation ceremony of the Maranatha Academy 2020. May God bless us as we together, wherever you are, stay still as we listen to the national anthem and the national song. Those who are standing on the spot, please stand still. The national anthem and the national song. As we proceed, it is with great pleasure that I present to you the chairperson for this afternoon's graduation ceremony. You would have been served by her each time you entered the main office. I speak of one of the parents of a child in the graduating class. Her child is our third place student of the group in relation to performance performance. She is also the administrative assistant, and we enjoy the pleasure of having her prepare documents that truly represent the Maranatha Academy. I speak of none other than Miss Jacqueline Guthrie, one who is well organized. That's the motto. That's what you see when you enter. And the quality of service that she gives cannot be compared. I present to you parents, well-wishers, students of the graduating class, all those who are viewing on our Facebook page, and those that will be connected on the YouTube platform. We are happy. We are ready to present to you the chairperson of this afternoon's program, Miss Jacqueline Guthrie. Put your hands together. Yes, you're doing it. Miss Jacqueline Guthrie.
Good afternoon, parents. Good afternoon to our viewing audience, and we just want to welcome you to this, our graduation exercise. First of all, parents, let me just apologize to you. The intention is to have the program projected on the screen. However, we are experiencing some technical difficulties at the moment, but we are working on it, and we hope to have it available to you. We are also trying to get you onto the internet so that you will be able to view. But until then, we have to keep the program running because we only have a short time to work with. And so, ladies and gentlemen, all, kindly allow me to adopt the protocol established by our Vice Principal, Mrs. Michelle Arthur. It is my esteemed delight to be the one to guide you through this graduation exercise. The year 2020 started out as a normal year for us here in the Turks and Caicos Islands. But then came the times of COVID-19 in March and turned things around. The learning experience took on a different format. We went from classroom instruction to virtual learning. Mock exams ended abruptly. The format and dates for the Caribbean Secondary Education Certificate CSEC exams changed. Graduation dates changed as well. But Maranatha class of 2020, because of your resilience, you have earned the right this afternoon to celebrate. We salute you in this unconventional way. Yes, we are celebrating this evening. Your theme, igniting the resolve, reaching for the summit, could not be more fitting, and it speaks volumes to your determination to reach your goal despite adversities. Graduates, parents, I need you at this time to toot your horns in celebration. You have made it. You have made it. And so, without any further delay,
the introduction of graduates and their philosophy. As your names are called, we ask that you will just step out of your cars so that you can be acknowledged. Our first student. Aksona Daly, valedictorian and secretary of the graduating class. Success is the ability to go from one failure to another without no loss of enthusiasm. Mark Berthier, salutatorian, assistant PRO of graduating class and head boy. Philosophy. Life has no remote. Get up and change it yourself. Javert Forbes, third place and vice president of student council. Philosophy. If you believe you can't accomplish anything, then nothing is what you have accomplished. Carmen Alcantara, Vice President of the graduating class. Philosophy. Because my teachers believe in me, I never gave up. Now I'm flying towards my dreams. Kevon Benjamin. Better to be humble among the meek than to share the spoil of the haughty. Galen Clayton. Philosophy. No matter what, be yourself, do you. Jerome Doval. Philosophy. Try not to become a man of success, but rather try to become a man of value. Cindy Desmantles, chaplain and assistant treasurer of the graduating class. Philosophy. Never hold your head down. Never say you can't. Never limit yourself. Never stop believing. Shalandi Floridor. Philosophy. When God pushes you to the edge of difficulty, trust in Him fully, because two things can happen. Either He catches you when you fall, or He will teach you how to fly. Latrell Handfield. Philosophy. To accomplish great things, we must not only act, but also dream, not only plan, but also believe. Shade James, president of the Student Council. Philosophy. Don't quit. Never give up. Try to build the world you can see, even if others can't see it. Listen to your drum, and your drum only, to the one that makes the sweetest sound. Chelsea Jean. Philosophy. Your life is your story, and the adventure ahead of you is the journey to fulfill your own purpose and potential. Oliver Jean Baptist. Education is not the filling of a pail, but the lighting of a fire. Chrisan Johnson, treasurer of the graduating class and head girl. Philosophy. The sky is the limit. Wenji Joseph. Philosophy. Yesterday was history. Tomorrow is a mystery. But today is a gift. That is why it is called present. So make your best put of it. Schneider lights burn. PRO of the graduating class. Philosophy. Education makes the people easy to lead, but difficulty to drive, easy to govern, but impossible to enslave. Lavmika Lelis. Philosophy. So I say to you, forget about the fast lane. If you really want to fly, just harness your power to your passion. Honor your calling. Everybody has one. Trust your heart, and success will come to you. Ashley Limperville. Philosophy. Take pride in how far you have come. Have faith in how far you can go, but don't forget to enjoy the journey. Cara Limperville, Assistant Sergeant at Arms of the graduating class. Philosophy. Don't look at where you are now. Look at where you want to be. Maxine Parker. Philosophy. Play hard, work harder. Travis Parker. Philosophy. If opportunity doesn't knock, build a door. Kalina Pear. Philosophy. Intelligence without ambition is a bird without wings. Tamara Pear, President of the graduating class. Philosophy. Education is the password to the future, for tomorrow belongs to those who prepare for it today. Adonica Peter. Philosophy. The future belongs to those who believe in the beauty of their dreams. Emanuela Prem. Philosophy. To accomplish great things, we must not only act, but also dream, not only plan, but also believe. Michelande Privert. Philosophy. Go confidently in the direction of your dreams. Live the life you have imagined. Tamiko Robinson. Philosophy. Don't tell me the sky is the limit when there are footprints on the moon. Jade Watson Swan. Philosophy. I can't cry about having a lot on my plate if my goal was to eat. Andre Wilson. Philosophy. Success is a given answer when determination was the given equation. Andre Wright. Philosophy. The goal of education is the advancement of knowledge and the dissemination of truth. Thank you very much.
we are now going to pause for prayer as we invite our district pastor and chaplain of the Maranatha Academy, Pastor Roy Lindsay, to pray for us. Following this, we will go over to Mrs. Diana Samuel, the social sciences teacher, as she gives recognition to 2 of our teachers who retired from this institution this year. And we're going to ask the graduating class chaplain, Chelsea Jean, to prepare herself to do our scripture reading.
I invite you to bow your heads as we pray. Heavenly Father, Lord, we give you thanks for taking us here this afternoon to celebrate with the class of 2020. Father, I pray that everything that will be done and said here this evening will be done in decency and that it will bring glory and honor to your name. Bless this ceremony, I pray, in Jesus' name. Amen.
We will now recognize our 2 retirees, and I invite Mrs. Diana Samuel to do that for us at this time.
The Maranatha Academy family and the Turks and Caicos Islands Conference extend sincerest gratitude to 2 stalwarts, Mrs. Maureen Tucker and Mr. Granville Owens, for dedicated service to its institution. Mrs. Maureen Tucker served from the school's inception, giving 19 years as coordinator of activities, teacher in various departments, nurse, and school counselor. You gave everything to the students of Maranatha and contributed to their all-round development. Mr. Granville Owens, you served in many different capacities, helping to build and maintain the institution, teacher of the technical department, and sports coordinator. Words are inadequate to describe what you both have done for this institution. We thank you. We wish you all the best. May God provide you both with long life, health, and strength. May He grant you a long, fulfilled life. May His peace be upon you, and may He be gracious to you. All the best to you both. We love you.
Remember now thy Creator in the days of thy youth, while the evil days come not, nor the years draw nigh, when thou says, I have no pleasure in them. The words of the wise are as gods, and as nails fastened by the master of assemblies, which are given from one shepherd. Amen.
At this time, we are going to invite our noble principal, Mr. Renford Trail, to bring us greetings at this time. Following this, we will take our greetings from our chairman of the school board and president of the Turks and Caicos Islands Conference, Pastor Steve Cornwall. So we'll take Mr. Renford our trailer principal, followed by our chairman of the board and president of the Turks and Caicos Islands Conference, Pastor Steve Cornwall, in that order.
A pleasant good afternoon to everyone. It is indeed a pleasure and with a sense of humility that I present the principal report for the 2019-2020 school year. The 2019-2020 school year has been one of the most exciting yet strange one. The COVID-19 pandemic changed every operation in the teaching and learning activities and even the location from which we operate. We give God thanks and praise for that we were able to complete the school year successfully. Strategic planning platform. The Maranatha Academy embraced the 4 discipline of execution model called the 4DX as the main platform for the strategic planning for the school year. This model embodied these 4 areas: widely important goals, lead measures, compelling scoreboard, and a candice of accountability. The widely important goals for Maranatha Academy are on a different heading. Spiritual. To have 100% of our students exposed to Christ and at least 15 students be baptized for the 2020 school year. To date, we have baptized 11 students, which comprise 72%. We had 2 weeks of prayer for the school year. Pastor Terry Tannis, Executive Secretary of the TCI Conference, conducted a 4 week of prayer, and Pastor Roy Lindsay, the school's chaplain, did one in spring. Other spiritual activities included Maranatha Evangelical Cell Groups, where students and the teachers engage small group Bible studies on Wednesday mornings. Special devotions and mentoring system, where teachers were assigned to small groups. Academics. 75% of the students were challenged to achieve at least 60% or more in their internal examination. We plan to have at least 80% of our students pass rate in the 2020 Caribbean School Secondary Examination, CSEC, extracurricular activities. The goal was to have all students participate in at least one internal extracurricular activity and as many external as possible. Community service. During the first term, students, staff members, and church members began with a grand cleanup of the school ground. The classrooms were washed and the library were cleaned. Students created some spiritual signs to put on the school walls. In February, we were invited to clean the police compound, and students were happy to join hands. The group comprising mainly of fifth formers guided this task, and it was well appreciated. We thank God for these students, that they went out and were involved in these personal contributions to the community as they completed their 20 hours of community service. Some students and teachers also visited North Caicos, the Battle Creek community, where they painted 2 senior citizens' houses. You could see the excitement on the faces of the 2 ladies as they look at the picturesque houses that was painted. We were able to achieve the following during the school year: completion of the southern eastern section of the fencing. Approximately 300 feet of fencing remained to be completed. Installation of air conditioning unit in the guidance council room. Purchasing of new computers, filing cabinet, tables, refrigerator, microwave, and a webcam for the IT lab. The administrative office was also made more secure with an enclosed section of the administrative assistant, and new filing cabinets were purchased. Internal activities. Prefect and Student Council training was held October 2, 2020, and the induction ceremony took place on October 24, 2020. Our annual merit service award was held on October 24, 2020. The top 3 students were Javier Forbes, first place, Oksana Daly, second place, and Ronnie Brown, third place. They each walked away with $500, $350, and $250 respectively. Inter-house athletic competition was held on February 13, 2020, and Pearson House emerged a winner with a marginal win of 1 point. Form 3 had their virtual career day held on May 28, 2020. External activity. The school participated in the following activities: inter-high school junior tourism competition, and our participant was Gabriel Williams, who was placed first. Inter-high school basketball competition, we emerged second place. We said kudos to Tamiko Robinson and Coach Cook for doing a very good job. Inter-high school track and field were second place among private school and 7th overall in the competition. Inter-high school HIV debate competition, second place, we were placed second. Gabriel Williams, Jada Ingham, Shida Lightburn, and Javier Forbes were the persons involved. We also participated in the 40th Inter-High School Science Quiz and Graphic Art Competition and the Turks and Caicos Cultural Museum and Heritage Quiz Competition. Enrollment. Our goal was to increase enrollment by 20%. We were able to achieve as the number moved from 153 to 183. During the third term, the enrollment and attendance was impacted negatively by the virus, which resulted in a reduction in the number of students who enrolled due to the lack of resources such as tablets, computers, and internet connection. Staffing. In September, the school welcomed one new teacher on staff, Mr. Rowan Champagne, as a Homic and Bible knowledge teacher. We also welcomed Mrs. Arthur in her new capacity as Vice Principal, replacing Mrs. Phyllis Gordon, who retired in August 2019. Academic achievement. External examination. The students performed exceptionally well in the 2019 CSEC examination. A total of 16 subjects were done and an overall pass rate of 76%. We achieved 100% passing in 7 subjects. And of the other subjects, only 2 subjects had fallen below 50%. The top 3 performers were Ricardo Josilos, 11 subjects with 8 distinctions, Micah Dean, 11 subjects with 4 distinctions, and Neneri Richardson with 9 subjects and 6 distinctions. I just like to emphasize a little bit on Ricardo Josilos. Ricardo Josilos came to us from Haiti. When he entered my room, he could hardly have said good morning in English, but he became the salutatorian. He became the top student with 11 subjects, having passed even English language at a grade 1. He was also the most outstanding student for the external examination in foreign languages, and also one of the most outstanding students in natural science, having passed physics, chemistry, and biology with grade 1. In keeping with our widely important goals for the 2019-20 school year, our school average to date is 65%. That's internal average. COVID-19 teaching and learning activities. The institution was severely impacted by COVID-19 pandemic towards the end of the second term. The 5th form-mark examination was interrupted due to the mandatory close of schools by the government on March 20, 2020. The institution had to forego the completion of the remainder of the exams and continue teaching learning experience of Form 1 to 4 online. This was mainly done with the Google Classroom and Zoom platform. A total of 162 students joined the classes. In preparation for the third term, all students were instructed to register online, and the teaching and learning experience began on Monday, April 27, 2020. Teachers were trained to use Microsoft Teams, and this became the main teaching learning platform. Classes were successfully held, and the majority of the students were able to sit their term examinations. Students who had challenges complete their classwork for term 3 were invited to a remedial summer program for 2 weeks. During this period, July 7 to 24, and at the end they were able to sit their examination. The school, however, quite concerned that in spite of all the efforts that were made, some students were still not registered or did not complete the third term graduation class of 2020. 31 students are graduating this evening with diploma, 2 with distinction, 13 credits, 12 merits, 2 passes, and 1 school leaving. Special congratulations to the top 3 students, valedictorian Oksana Daly, salutatorian Mark Berthier, and 3rd place Javier Forbes. Their hard work has certainly reaped the rewards. Here's a common saying: when the going gets tough, the tough gets going. I wish to thank all graduates, parents, and teachers for weathering the COVID-19 storm. History will recall that they were one of the most resilient set of graduates ever to walk the hall of this Maranatha Academy. Their children will rise up and call them blessed. We know that it was only by the grace of God that they can be celebrating this momentous occasion. Expression of gratitude. To Mr. Granville Owens, who have served us for 16 years and has now retired. The one who is known as Mr. Make You Laugh and Jack of all trades, we wish him a pleasant retirement. To Mrs. Maureen Tucker, one of the pioneers of the institution, the silent river that runs deep, the creative writer, the supportive warrior, the students provider, whether breakfast, snacks, even dinner. We also want to wish her a happy retirement. The Turks and Caicos Island Conference Committee, to the chairman and member of the school board, who is also the acting education director, the Ministry of Education, Mr. David Bowen, Education Officer of the private school, the church constituent members, PTA executive led by Mrs. Shana Williams, all students. A special thank you to the most dedicated, hardworking, and tolerant teachers, administrative team, and the ancillary staff. I also want to thank my wife Joy and my 4 children for all their support and encouragement upcoming school year. But the reopening will follow the guidelines and protocol outlined by the Ministry of Education, the Turks and Caicos Conference, and Atlantic Caribbean Union. The school has compiled a comprehensive school reopening document. With the implementation of this document, the school should be in operation by August 31st or early September. All parents and guardians are assured that the school will be vigilant in ensuring that the campus is safe for their children when we reopen. Having said this, we encourage individuals who wish to register their children for the new school year to contact the school at 946-4385 or complete the online registration process, www.maranathaacademy.tc. The main instructional concept that we are exploring is a dual system, online learning as well as face-to-face on an alternative basis from Monday to Thursdays. Fridays will be solely online. We look forward to a wonderful school year and in the future. Please be reminded that I may be the principal, but God is the head of the institution.
It was Ernest Hemingway who said, and I quote, "It is good to have an end to journey towards, but it is the journey that matters in the end." On behalf of the Turks and Caicos Islands Conference of Seventh-day Adventist Administration and the Department of Education, I would like to express congratulations to the graduating class of 2020 of the Maranatha Academy. Graduation is an exciting time. It marks both the ending and the beginning. It's warm memories of the past and big dreams for the future. Certainly, your parents and teachers would have harmoniously prepared you for this momentous occasion. It is true that you are entering this new phase of your life at a daunting time in Earth's history. Certainly at this time we are experiencing an epidemic, a global pandemic, and even a racial endemic. For many of you, the path you'd envisioned after graduation may suddenly be much steeper. But there is no question that you have a role to play, whether it's now or in the future. The theme of your graduation is quite profound. Igniting the resolved, reaching the summit. Class of 2020, these are not easy times, but we will get through them. And with your leadership, the world will be much stronger as you go forward as agents of change and dealers of hope. May God bless you and keep you along this journey as you remain resolute, igniting the resolved, reaching the summit.
We are grateful for those two messages from our principal, first of all, and our conference president and chairman of the board. Actually, Mr. Renford Trail did his greetings as well as his report. So we are grateful. We are going to jump right ahead now as we prepare for our guest speaker to come on. But before she does, let me just share with you a few pieces of information about her. Our guest speaker for this evening holds a Bachelor of Arts degree in Mass Communication and a Master's certification in Human Resource from Cornell University. She has extensive experience in journalism and the hospitality industry. She joined the Grace Bay Club in November 2010, and she has served as Executive Administrative Assistant, Assistant Director of Human Resource, and Director of Human Resources. Today, she is responsible for human resources, training, community initiatives for all Grace Bay Resort properties. Our guest speaker has always been interested in national issues and politics, and has always expressed her willingness to assist her country and her people. In view of this, in 2002, she joined the youth arm of the Progressive National Party, and in 2003, she was elected as vice president of that organization. She also served as public relations officer for the PDM from 2004 to 2009. In 2004, she accepted the opportunity to serve as chairman of the Work Permit Board, Zone 2, a position she held until 2016. Still in 2016, she entered frontline politics and ran as an all-island candidate. Our guest speaker is a member of the Church of God of Prophecy for many years and has served as the Assistant National Director for Children's Ministry for 3 years. Her relationship and fellowship with her Savior is paramount in her life, and she has invested in her spiritual advancement through numerous courses in apostolic and prophetic ministry. She is currently pursuing a foundation's course for lay ministers with the Center for Biblical Leadership through the Church of God of Prophecy. Our guest speaker was married to the late Clinton Hugh Wilson for 8 years and is the mother of 4 children, daughters Ariana, Gabriella, and Alyssa, and son Caden. Our guest speaker lives by the quote, "When we long for life without difficulties, remind us that oaks grow strong in contrary winds and diamonds are made under pressure." A quote she has taken from Peter Marshall. Ladies and gentlemen, our viewing audience, class of 2020, I present to you Mrs. Sheba Wilson. But before she takes her position, I will invite the versatile Pastor Steve Cornwall to do a musical item. and then we will hear from our guest speaker. Could you blow your horns as we welcome them?
Please allow me to accept the protocol already established and to express my gratitude. Committee for their invitation to bring the charge to you, the graduates. It is an honor to be able to share with you as you celebrate this milestone in your lives. Please allow me to accept the protocol already established and to express my gratitude to the graduation committee for their invitation to bring the charge to you, the graduates. It is an honor to be able to share with you as you celebrate this milestone in your lives and prepare for your entry into a new season of adulthood, higher education, and entry into the world of work or entrepreneurship. The theme, Igniting the Resolve, Reaching the Summit, I believe is most suitable and timely given the unprecedented times we are living in. I'm positive that the organizers of this graduation had no idea when they agreed this theme that our world would be rocked and changed so quickly and in unimaginable ways. However, the sovereign God in whom we trust and serve knew that this moment would come, and you would be ushered into a world unlike the world those of us before you would have experienced. I want to share with you this evening 3 insights that I hope will inspire you and assist in preparing you for this next phase of your lives. Before I share those with you, I want to take a few minutes to dissect the theme by defining the keywords as a base for what I am about to impart. To ignite means to catch fire or cause to catch fire, to arouse or inflame. In other words, to erupt, explode, trigger, spark, instigate, kindle, excite, or provoke. To resolve means a firm determination to do something, firmness or fixity of purpose. To reach means to stretch or extend in a specified direction in order to touch or grasp something. To arrive or get as far as. Summit is the highest point of a hill or a mountain. There are many nuggets of wisdom that I can share with you based on my life experiences, both personal and professional. However, time would not permit me to share everything I've learned over the years, and I wouldn't want to lose your attention or bore you to death. I do remember my high school graduation charge. I remember that it was long, and I was ready to get out of there. I want you, however, to remember these nuggets of truth and wisdom as you begin this next phase of your life's journey. Firstly, attitude trumps aptitude. I'm sure you've heard the saying, your attitude determines your altitude. Skills are very important. However, how you think, how you respond to those you encounter, and what you experience is even more important. You may be talented, highly skilled, and exceptional at doing something, but if you have a negative attitude and poor behavior, no one will want to deal with you. In fact, the rule of thumb in recruitment is we hire the attitude and retrain the skills. That is how important it is to have a positive attitude and demeanor in the business world. I live by these words. I do not have control over the behavior of others, how they treat me, what they say about me, how they respond to me. I only have control over myself, my words, my actions, how I respond to others. You will enter the real world, unguarded, no longer within the confines of your safe school environment or the nurturing environment of your home and parents. You will enter a workforce, college, or a university with people who are sometimes uncaring, disingenuous, selfish, and downright mean at times. They will hurt you, they will betray you, they will dismiss your ideas and disregard you. Do not allow how others treat you to determine or diminish your self-worth or value. You must determine who you are, what that means, what it looks like, and you must remain true to yourself. Never underestimate the power of a positive mindset. Positive thinking may sound cliche. However, the Bible tells us in Proverbs 23, verse 7, as a man thinketh, so is he. In Proverbs 4, verse 23 to 27, it says, above everything else, guard your heart, because from it flow the springs of life. Never talk deceptively, and don't keep company with people whose speech is corrupt. Let your eyes look directly ahead. Fix your gaze straight in front of you. Carefully measure the paths for your feet, and all your ways will be established. Do not turn to the right or to the left. Turn your foot away from evil. Stay positive in your thinking. Everything begins with our thoughts. Mahatma Gandhi said these words, carefully watch your thoughts, for they become your words. Manage and watch your words, for they will become your actions. Consider and judge your actions, for they have become your habits. Acknowledge and watch your habits, for they shall become your values. Understand and embrace your values, for they become your destiny. The second nugget I want to leave with you is, find your purpose and pursue it at all cost. Dictionary.com defines purpose as the reason for which something is done or created, or for which something exists. Many people struggle to determine what their purpose is. Some people live their entire lives never realizing their purpose nor fulfilling it. The late Dr. Miles Monroe said that the greatest tragedy in life is not death, but life without a purpose. It is more tragic to be alive and not know why than to be dead and not know life. Without purpose, life has no meaning and existence has no reason. Therefore, the greatest discovery in life is the discovery of personal purpose and destiny. The most important thing in life is the pursuit and fulfillment of that purpose. In the book, How to Discover Your Purpose in 10 Days, written by Dr. J. Victor and Catherine B. Egan, they contend that the discovery of purpose is incremental and doesn't happen all at once. There are actions, steps, and processes that give insight into God's purpose for our lives during the formative years. Parents, guardians, teachers, your colleagues, and leaders observe your talents and abilities. Hobbies and interests are found. We are exposed through education and travel, identifying motivational gifts. Our character and values or morality is shaped. All of these plays a part in giving us insight into our life's purpose. As you move into young adulthood, you may notice an intense, driving, and overwhelming sense, a deep-rooted interest, which causes an energetic pursuit of an aim or devotion to a particular cause. If you cannot shake the feeling, if a cause ignites your anger or stimulates your interest, and you feel compelled to stand up and fight the cause, provide a service, address a need, write about it, speak against it, invent it, pursue that desire with everything you've got. Follow your passion and discover your purpose. The third nugget that I want to share with you is be adaptive. Change is constant and inevitable throughout life's journey. This pandemic is an example of change. It was unimaginable 3 months ago that our world would change the way it has so rapidly, that we would have to adapt quickly in order to continue living. I'm sure you couldn't foresee that graduation 2020 would be virtual. Yet, here we are. You must be prepared to adjust as necessary when situations change. You must be creative in your thinking, as those who are able to find new ways of being, coping, and providing products and services are the ones who will thrive in the world. The world as we knew it a few months ago is no more. We have no idea what normal will look like in the next few months or years. What we do know is that everything changes, and you must be prepared to adapt speedily if you desire to reach the summit. The pinnacle of success, whatever that looks like for you. Remember, success is a different picture for each individual. Anne Frank once said, "How wonderful it is that nobody need wait a single moment before starting to improve the world." The changes in the world's landscape could very well be the catalyst to propel you to the next innovation. We have gone from resistance to embracing millennials and their impatience, their defiance of the status quo, their failure to fall in line, to depending on their creativity and ingenuity to get through this world crisis. This world needs your talents, your innovations, your ideas, your gifts, the products and services you will wittingly invent. Be ready to adjust quickly and to allow your creativity to usher us into a new era. To recap, stay positive in your thinking and remember, while aptitude is important, attitude trumps aptitude. Find your purpose and pursue it feverishly. Be adaptive because change is constant and inevitable throughout life. I want to leave with you my favorite quote, particularly during challenging times. It is by Peter Marshall. "When I long for a life without difficulties, remind me that oaks grow strong in contrary winds and diamonds are made under pressure." In order for you to reach the summit, you will have to climb. You will have some rough and rugged terrain to travel. It will not always be smooth. There will be bumps and potholes along the way. At times, it will feel like an obstacle course. You will have to cross over many hurdles along the way. You will fall, you will fail, but each time you must resolve to get up. Learn the lessons in those times and try again. Highly effective and successful people will tell you that they have experienced more failures than success, and that at times failure propels you to your destiny and purpose. In 2016, I entered frontline politics and ran as an all-island candidate for the Progressive National Party. My logic said the timing wasn't right. I had lost my husband to stage 4 cancer the year prior. I had 4 young children, and the risks were great, but the passion to serve was greater. I used my savings and launched a campaign intent on winning, yet I lost, or so I thought. After suffering a defeat at the polls in December 2016, I returned to work at Grace Bay Club on January 1st, 2017. My managing director met me and told me that he was promoting me. It was great news, especially after a devastating defeat. However, it was unexpected on my part. You see, in destiny, timing is everything. And sometimes you have to defy logic and go with your gut. Had I not trusted my gut and ran, I would have missed an opportunity for a promotion. My absence highlighted my worth, which led to the promotion. What others saw as a failure became the thing that propelled me to my destiny. I have not yet reached the summit. I am still being processed and prepared. My professional experiences, life lessons, and personal experiences are all in preparation for what's next. As you enter this new season of your lives, I encourage you to determine what success looks like for you. Find your why, the thing that is greater than self, that which you are passionate about. Discover your purpose and climb that mountain through perseverance. Resolve to reach the summit. If you fall or fail, get up, remembering that you never lose. You either win or you learn. Use the lessons learned to continue stretching, extend beyond your limitations, and reach your summit. Thank you.
Hello, everyone. This is Jewel Osborne. Be encouraged. I wish it could be easy. Why is life so messy? Why is pain a part of us? There are days I feel like nothing ever goes right. Sometimes it hurts so much. But you're here, you're real. I know I can trust you. Even when it hurts, even when it's hard, even when it all just falls apart, I will run to you, 'cause I know that you are the lover of my soul, healer of my scars. You steady my heart, you steady my heart. I'm not gonna worry, I know that you got me right inside the palm of your hands. What's good and what gets broken, what's good and what gets broken happens just the way you planned. Now you're here, oh Lord, you're real. I know I can trust you. Even when it hurts, even when it's hard, even when it all just falls apart, I will run to you, 'cause I know that you are the lover of my soul, healer of my scars. You steady my You got me right inside the palm of your hand. Be encouraged.
What a message from our guest speaker. What a message. And you know, I sat and I listened, and I just want to share 4 key points with you. Some of the things that she said. She said, you will face failures, but get up and move forward. Graduates, you've been there. You know what it's like to face failures, but you got up and you made it today. Be resilient. Don't allow setbacks to affect your future. And I know I can depend on you for that. Believe you can make it beyond your challenges. We know the struggles that you had, but today you made it. Failure does not mean the end. Use them as life lessons. And I want you to remember these points as you move forward. It is now time for us to hear from the student who has taken the top position, the valedictorian. But first, you need to be familiar with who she is. And so at this time, I'm going to invite our Vice President for the Student Council and 3rd place performer, Javier Force, to come forward and introduce our valedictorian. Toot your horns, parents, make some noise.
Ladies and gentlemen, all, good evening. I am honored to be given the pleasant task of introducing our valedictorian of the graduating class of 2020. She was born on the picturesque island of Jamaica on January 22, 2003. She grew up in the Turks and Caicos Islands and Providenciales to be exact. She is the eldest of 3 siblings for her parents Monique and Sherwin Hall. Our valedictorian completed her early childhood education at the Richmond Hill Preparatory School and graduated in 2015 as the class valedictorian. I became acquainted with our valedictorian 7 years ago when I joined the Richmond Hill Preparatory School family in grade 5. She was the only girl in the grade 5 and 6, so she had no other choice but to fit in like a boy. It was from then that I discovered that she was an ardent student, and I have always had great admiration for her scholastic abilities. Today, she is the only female among the top 3 students, and she has earned the highest position. Her scholastic ability is highly complemented by her jovial, friendly, and caring personality. I am overjoyed at her achievements, and I know this is the sentiments that all my fellow graduates would want to echo. Our valedictorian loves to read. She also loves to eat. She has made several attempts at singing and dancing and is still trying to master them. She is very expressive but genuine, supportive, and selfless. These remarkable qualities are like a magnet that draws us as classmates to her. Her playful personality should never be confused with the level of seriousness and commitment that she has towards her schoolwork, and that is evident this afternoon. Our valedictorian aspires to be a dermatologist, and I have all confidence that she will achieve this goal. Graduating class of 2020, please help me welcome our esteemed valedictorian, Oksana Olivia Rachel Daly, who will address us at this time.
Who will dare try to stop us? We are strong. We are resilient. Graduates of 2020, we did it! Permit me to adopt the protocol that has already been established. Pleasant afternoon to those who are physically present and our virtual audience who have joined us today. I am honored to have been given this opportunity as the valedictorian of the class of 2020 to reflect upon our past years of high school and make you connect with your emotional side by reducing you all to tears. This graduation is unlike any other, and no, it's not what you think. I am not just talking about the effects of COVID-19. It is unlike any other because this is the most resilient set of young people that have ever graduated from Maranatha Academy. Let me put it into context for you. We survived Hurricane Irma that caused devastating havoc. We survived changes in educators, financial challenges of our parents, resulting from loss of jobs or reduced work hours. We had to reorient our minds with the postponement of our CSC examinations because of, but not limited to, the most recently experienced tropical storm Isaias. We had to grapple with the reality that the method of testing that we had to prepare for the past 5 years would suddenly be changed to multiple choice options. And there was nothing we could do about it. Add to that, having to anxiously wait in a waiting room to do our exams while maintaining social distance. Seeing friends, yet not being able to share a friendly hug, the pain. And we continue to survive the ongoing pandemic. It wanted to stop our graduation, but we said, no, no, no. COVID was going to make us sit in front of a screen, but we wouldn't go, no, no. My fellow graduates, my dearest, be motivated. It is quite admirable that I can say, through it all, we have maintained our focus. Our ships have weathered many storms, literally, and now the harbor is in sight. Can't you see the pairing over the horizon? For I know the plans I have for you, declares the Lord. Plans to prosper you and not to harm you. Plans to give you hope and a future. Jeremiah 29, verse 11. When God is in our vessels, we are guaranteed a safe arrival. The trials alone have not defined us. I continue to say that the graduating class of 2020 is the best that Maranatha Academy has ever seen. We've been involved in everything from academic competitions to performing arts and also different sporting disciplines. Our class has been the face of Maranatha consistently from 2015 to now. You can find at least one of us on any picture or featured in any video of the school. If you find it hard to believe, take a look for yourselves. Already we are trendsetters. The young men of this class led Maranatha Academy to numerous basketball championships. With the help of Coach Trevor, they fought hard to keep us on top. I would like to specially recognize them this evening. Andre Wilson, Tamiko Robinson, Mark Berthier, Shania Lightburn, Kayvon Benjamin,
Galen Clayton, and Maxine Parker. Shania also represented us in field events at the Inter-High School Championships, and Kayvon Benjamin is the Turks and Caicos Islands reigning 200-meter champion for Class 2 boys. We love and appreciate you guys. This class has many talented singers. There will never be a school function and you did not hear Chelsea, Shalandi, and Lamika singing. You know the ironic thing is you would never hear Lamika's voice when she was talking, only when she was singing or very, very angry. Love, you will always be my songbird. In our earlier years, walking past our classroom, you would think we were the cast of High School Musical, as we would always be singing, dancing, rapping, or jumping on the tables. I know this drove the teachers insane. We lost count of the times we made Mr. Trail march across the auditorium to our class to order us to be quiet. This class had some of the greatest debaters, Cara, Shade, and Jade, to name a few. Everyone thought that only their own opinions were correct, but it was only in their head. Classmates, let's clear the air. Some of these arguments are still not resolved, and probably will never be. Even though we argued, we still showed each other love and compassion. Thinking back to our first day at Maranatha, the expectations and unfamiliarity were overwhelming, but like true champions, we quickly adapted. We have mellowed and we have blossomed, thanks to the soul-stirring spiritual programs of the school. When we entered these hallowed halls, we all look forward to this day. But none of us ever imagined that we would have to endure this immense pressure. But remember, my friends, we have come out as diamonds. Some of us are still rough around the edges, but still precious diamonds. It was Peter Marshall who once said, and I quote, when we long for life without difficulties, remind us that oaks grow strong in contrary winds, and diamonds are made under pressure. End of quote. During our high school years, my classmates and I developed a beautiful bond. Inevitably, this was cemented in the jokes and arguments amongst us, and the sharing of homework answers. We were punished and yelled at as a group because we decided that no one would tell on each other. Together we stood, together we fought, together we graduate, and together we have become triumphant. Our success was made possible by some very special people who have nurtured us. To our former form teacher, Mr. Sinclair, thank you for caring. Thank you for caring about us even though we made it seem impossible. You taught us to be ourselves even when hope ran thin. And thank you for all those class treats where there was food galore. To our current form teacher, Ms. Matthews, I am sure in the summer of 2017, when you were told that you would be our new form teacher, you questioned God. Why me? I bet you came up with different strategies on how you were going to handle us. But as the God-fearing woman you are, you most likely prayed and asked God for guidance, tenacity, and strength. But look, miss, with your continued encouragement and hours of verbal discipline, we turned out well. We are extremely grateful for the 2 years you spent with us. Rest assured, your hard work has truly paid off. Put your hands together, beat your horn for Mr. Sinclair and Mrs. Matthews. To our principal, Mr. Trail, sir, we enjoyed those heated Bible class debates. We will never forget your jokes and stories. To the other teachers, thank you for preparing us for the next step in life's journeys. Thanks for volunteering your afternoons and weekends for us to pass our exams, especially Mrs. Brown and Mrs. Campbell. To Mrs. Guthrie, who I personally call my other mother, thank you for not only what you did for the class, but specifically for me. Please allow us one final request to commemorate the class of 2020. Please retire that faithful purple ruler in our honor. To Mr. Brown, thank you for being so lenient with our parents regarding the payment of our school fees. Personally, as a recipient of a partial scholarship, I would like to express my warmest gratitude to the school board. Thank you, Mrs. Pear, for trying to satisfy our demanding appetite daily. Shout out to Joe, John, and Paris for keeping our school environment squeaky clean. There is a saying that it takes a village to raise a child, and I am a product of that. I would like to thank my parents, Monique and Sherwin Hall, for everything they have done. To my favorite Auntie Debbie, thank you so much for everything you have done. My other relatives, Auntie Shudi, Uncle Andre, Granny Pigs, and all the other family members who have helped me forge my path, a big thank you. I would also like to thank my classmates. Without your love and making high school so fun for me, I would not be standing in front of you today. Dearest parents, guardians, siblings, aunts, uncles, grandparents, cousins, and friends, whatever role you assumed and played in the lives of my classmates' achievements, thank you. I'm sure the trials were great. I am sure the nights were long, and many sacrifices were made. All these are noticed, and my classmates awarded me the opportunity to publicly express their love and appreciation to you. Class of 2020, my final words are for you. The great Maya Angelou once said, and I quote, "I encourage you to live with life. Be courageous and adventurous. Give us a tomorrow more than we deserve." End of quote. I encourage you to dream big, but wake up and make your dreams a reality. Use whatever resources and opportunities that are available, and don't let anyone tell you that your dreams are too far-fetched. Remember, it takes just a trial to defeat a failure. You will fail. The challenges will only get bigger, but never accept defeat. Keep pressing on. High school has come to an end. We are now fully in charge of our destiny. I anticipate hearing in the next 5 years all about your achievements at our reunion. I will truly miss you all. Thank you for making the past 5 years of my life so entertaining, challenging, and memorable. In closing, let us put our best foot forward, arm ourselves with tenacity and strength. Let us continue to be great. Let us now become the best versions of ourselves. We will stand tall with a renewed purpose, and that is to go now and be successful, ladies and gentlemen, for we are true conquerors. Thank you.
What a presentation! What a speech! Could you toot your horns one more time for our valedictorian? Thank you! Well deserving, well deserving. Congratulations, Madam Valedictorian. At this time, we are going to be treated with a special musical item. And these young ladies, I call them the triplets of Form 5. We have Shalande Floridor, Chelsea Jean, and Love Mika Levise. At this time, they are going to give us a musical selection. Following their musical item, we're going to ask our salutatorian the expression of gratitude. So our 4-5 triplets will sing, and following that we'll hear from Mark Berthier, our salutatorian, head boy, and public relations officer for the graduating class of 2020.
Gratitude is a holiday of peace, the celebration of work, and the act of simple life. All protocols observed, a delightful evening to everyone present here. Let me first say I would like to congratulate the graduating class on this huge achievement. We all know it takes a lot of effort to leave Maranatha Academy with such accomplishments and great Christian standards. Therefore, I am elated and very, very proud of us. A round of applause, please. Or leave your mind. On behalf of the graduating class of 2020 from the Maranatha Academy, I deem it a great honor and privilege to stand today before you as salutatorian, head boy, and assistant public relations officer for the class of 2020, to propose the words of gratitude to you for being with us this evening and making us feel loved. So whether you are joining us live on Facebook and YouTube, or simply social distancing with us in this parking lot, we are extremely honored and very appreciative of your presence with us. Thank you all for turning this dream into reality. It was Alfred North Whitehead who said, "No one who achieves success does so without acknowledging the help of others. The wise and confident acknowledge this help with gratitude. Gratitude is the healthiest of all human emotions. The more you express gratitude for what you have, the more likely you are willing to express gratitude for what you have received. On the recollection of so many great favors and blessings, I now, with a great sense and awe of gratitude, offer up my sincere thanks to the Almighty, the Creator, and the Preserver for His countless blessings for making today's graduation ceremony the most successful event. For this, I am so beatified and thankful to God. With words full of wisdom and gracefully said, we were duly reminded by our keynote speaker, Mrs. Sheba Monkoff Wilson, that your attitude trumps aptitude, and your altitude determines altitude. I am most humbled by this, and we, the class of 2020, say thank you. Congratulatory messages are very pleasing to the ear, and on this, our special day, these messages were received with great excitement and pleasure. For these messages, we say thank you, Mr. David Bourne, Education Officer for Private Schools, and thank you, Pastor Steve Cornwall, President of the Turks and Caicos Islands Conference of Seventh-day Adventists and the Chairman of the School Board. Maranatha Academy, our noble institution, has always taught us from the Word of God, and with heartfelt great gratitude, we say thank you, Ms. Simone Gilks, Treasurer of the Turks and Caicos Islands Conference of Seventh-day Adventists, for presenting these lovely Bibles packaged to us. To our chaplain, Pastor Roy Lindsay, thank you for your heart-searching sermons presented to us during our days at school, and thank you for your prayer offered to God on our behalf this afternoon. Prayer is essential, and we will always remember the part that it has played and continue to play in our lives. It is a joy to know that someone is always praying for us. Thank you, Pastor Daniel Lynn, for praying for the class of 2020 and our parents. To my colleagues who participated in this ceremony, you did your parts with distinction. I wish you all the success in your future endeavors. The job of a chairperson is not to be taken lightly, for this is the individual that keeps the program flowing and organized. Thus, without you, Mrs. Gutchie, our program would not have been so graced with eloquence and fluency. And for this, I say thank you. You did a marvelous job. There are a lot of individuals that contributed to this major landmark in our lives and should not be forgotten. The first group of individuals I'd like to identify are the great leaders of this outstanding school that ensured the proper functioning of the school and its environs. We extend a sincere thanks to the entire administration, Mr. Trill, Mrs. Arthur, and Mr. Brown. To our respected principal, Mr. Ranford Trill, we thank you for stimulating the wishes and aspirations of the rising generations. Your dedication and commitment to our school inspires us. We appreciate your compassion and commitment to your profession. We feel immeasurably gratified thanking our Vice Principal, Mrs. Michelle Arthur, for providing support to us. She is so enthusiastic, energetic, and always actively takes interest in caring and supporting the students. Thank you, ma'am. Mr. Ronald Brown's job is behind the scenes and not an easy one, but it is a job that has to be done to ensure that the school remains viable. Many schools have had to close down, and so we thank you, sir, for doing what needs to be done. Coach Trevor Cook, the 4 and 5 business want to say, we are grateful for you being a strict motivator. the person who helps where he could in developing the young minds and skills of not only us, but all youth through the sport of basketball. You've continued on countless occasions to put up with our nonsense, and you help us learn what we need to learn, not only on the court, but for the real world as well. So we are grateful for that. I would also like to acknowledge the auxiliary staff for all that they have done for us during our time here at Maranatha, and even with preparation for this day. These individuals, Mrs. Marie Andre, who we all know as Mrs. Phil, that cooks the delicious meals, along with Boss John and Boss Joe, and Mrs. Ferris Me Andre, who ensure that we have a clean environment. We, the class of 2020, say thank you. I'd like to give a special thanks to the persons who worked together to make this graduation ceremony possible, namely Phil Gardner, Mrs. Pitter, my father and my mother, Stephon Tyndale, and Pastor Roy Lindsay. There is a saying which reads, teaching is a respectful job. Teachers lay the foundation for society. Our teachers honestly deserve way more credit than they get for molding and shaping us into the great individuals we are today. You are the strong, passionate, caring, and hard-working people of God, and for that I say thank you so much. Mr. Sinclair, who has raised us to be the mature young men and women we are, has really had a great impact on all of us for the years he was our form teacher, and for that we are most grateful. A name that could not be blown over due to her encouragement, counsel on multiple occasions for us to push and keep pushing to do our best, and even better, to settle down and to tighten up, for life is not getting easier. She would always provide us with what we needed to hear rather than what we wanted to. For that and more, the 2020 graduating class is grateful for Ms. Matthews for being our form teacher for our final years in high school. I'd also like to add my thank you for being my mentor and helping to guide me to make the best decisions for myself. All your counseling was never overlooked. To our parents, just know that my speech could have been 10,000 words more and still not be enough to summarize how much we really do appreciate you. I don't even know where to start. You all have been doing so much for us. All the support, the love, the care, the long hours you put in at your job for all these years of your lives to make it possible for us to be here at this special ceremony in these gowns graduating from this school. That goes to show that your sacrifices didn't go in vain. For that, we sincerely say thank you from the bottom of our hearts. Please do continue to be the beacons in our lives, guiding us to do the right thing. We love you all deeply. Thank you for everything. I'd like to personally thank both my parents for all the encouragement, the investment of time and money they put into my upbringing, all the blood, sweat, and tears they put in to get me to be the young man I am today. You both mean the world to me, and I will continue to make you both proud. Today, August 11, 2020, our high school journey ends. But as of this day, a new journey begins. I hope and pray for success not only on my fellow classmates in this global institution, but every individual who hears my voice. I know you all have your dreams, so don't ever hold back on chasing them. Don't let anything distract you from reaching your maximum potential. And when you finally do get there, stay humble and never forget to give thanks to God. I'll leave you all today with these words from NBA legend Michael Jordan, which says, and I quote, "I've always believed that if you put in the work, the results will come. I don't do things half-heartedly, because I know if I do, then I can expect half-hearted results. Nothing will come easy in life, and even though you may face trials and tribulations, you have to push, for better days are coming." Thank you.
That was our class of 2020 salutatorian, Mark Berthier. Please toot your hands again for him. Thank you. All right, before I proceed with the program, I would just like to remind you of a few protocols that we must adhere to. We're asking all persons to be seated in your vehicles.
We are also asking that no pictures be taken at this time. You will get your time after you exit the compound to take your pictures. No persons are to be seen outside of their vehicles. We thank you so much for working with us. As we move on in our program, we are almost at the end. Each year, the Turks and Caicos Islands Conference donates a Bible to each graduate. And this year, despite COVID-19, is no different. The Bibles have been secured. And at this time, I'm going to invite our treasurer for the Turks and Caicos Islands Conference, Miss Simone Gilks, to do the honors at this time. As soon as Miss Gilks is through, we are going to invite our pastor and president of the Turks and Caicos Islands Conference, as well as our chairman of the board, to give a special prayer for all our parents and all our graduates. At this time, I invite our treasurer, Miss Gilks, to come forward.
The Bible, you can't stop it. It moves at the speed of light. You can't silence it. It says the sound of many waters. King David, as for God, his way is perfect. The Lord's word is flawless. He shields all who take refuge in him. John the Revelator, in the beginning was the Word was with God, and the Word was God. Theodore Roosevelt, a thorough knowledge of the Bible is worth more than a college education. George Mueller, God is the author of the Bible, and only the truth it contains will lead people to true happiness. The Bible is the greatest gift given to mankind. It has the power to elevate the mind. It is the most awesome force in this universe. It is the powerful, immeasurable, living, life-giving Word of God. It is sharper than any two-edged sword, more valuable than money can afford. It makes hell shake and the devil quake. It causes sick bodies to be healed. To the hungry, it is bread. It sets captive people free. In the battle of your mind, the word of God is victory. It is the one thing the devil doesn't want you to get a hold of. Because when you are under the circumstances of life, it is the force that lifts you above. For all the things that trouble this world, the Word is the cure. This book is not just about God. It is God, His nature, His thoughts, His DNA. That is why we need the Bible. Thank you.
Let me invite the graduating class and also parents and well-wishers. We are going to bow our heads at this time, and as we seek the Lord in prayer and ask His divine blessings. Father in heaven, we want to thank you for this momentous occasion. We give you thanks and praise for your goodness towards this special set of students this year at such a time in Earth's history. We bless they go forth as agents of change, dealers of hope. In the name of the Father, Son, and the Holy Spirit. Amen.
We're winding down, parents. We're almost there. Just before the presentation of awards, I want to at this time acknowledge all of our sponsors, and I must say we had some awesome sponsors this year. And despite all that has been going on, despite the limited funds that are available, despite some of the hardships that we're facing, our sponsors came through for us. And some of our graduates will be leaving smiling this evening. So at this time, allow me to acknowledge our sponsors. We know that some of them are viewing even as I speak, and we thank them for being a part of this exercise this evening. In alphabetical order, I'll begin. Our sponsors are All About You, Anna's Art Gallery, Atlantic Caribbean Union, Basic Essential Supplies, Blue Hills Seventh-day Adventist Church, CBMS Limited, DNB Auto, Delicious Dishes, Goldsmith, Grace Bay Resorts, Graceway IGA, Inter-Caribbean Airline, Kevin Quality Cleaners, Miss Joelle Yue, Miss Tian Thomas, Mr. Grouper's Restaurant, Mr. Samuel Henriquez, Mr. Trevor Cook, Mr. William Clare, Mrs. Maureen Tucker, Nels Gift Shop, Project Construction Management Services Limited, Provo Electrical, Royal Jewels, Stevedoring Limited, TC Gas, Tropical Auto Rental, Turkberry, Turks and Caicos Collections, Turks and Caicos Islands Conference of Seventh-day Adventists, and last but by no way least, Miss Williams VIP. Put your, I can't say put your hands together, but I can say put your hands as we acknowledge our sponsors. Thank you.
Once again, at this time, we would ask all our graduating students to take this moment to just step out and stand beside that car. You are about to experience the moment of entering into the arena with those who have walked this way before. This is the moment when we declare you a graduate of the class of 2020. So step out, fix yourselves nicely together. I see what is happening and I'm so proud of you. Oh my, you look so good. Wow. At this time, I'll ask the president of the Turks and Caicos Islands Conference and the chairman of the Maranatha Academy School Board to come forward. With the power invested in me, I need to pause a little. Your tassels should be on the right. Your tassels must be on the right, all right? So when you fix that, we will go now. Yes. With the power invested in me, Mr. Chairman, on behalf of the principal, I present to you a group of 31 students who have completed their education, secondary, or some would prefer high school education here at the Maranatha Academy. Mr. Chairman, I stand here as a proud vice principal representing Mr. Rainford Trade, the principal of this noble institution, to present to you a group of students who I will now declare as qualified to receive their diploma. Students, I will now ask you to turn your tassel with grace and poise. As you set yourselves, take your time, turn those tassels to the left. You are now all graduates of the 2020 class. Thank you, Pastor Steve. Sorry. At this time, you will. My voice is gone. All right, at this time, we will ask for you to arrange yourselves. Ms. Matthews, you will arrange yourselves in, okay, you move when your name is called, and then you will return with all that you have worked for. This is the moment of surprise. It is the moment for you to shout praises and thanks to God. We will begin. These subject awards are based on their performance in the subject areas in Forms 4 and 5 of their high school years at Maranatha Academy. Again, we express thanks to all those who contributed to these awards. We begin with our first student. As your name is called, walk forward. You deserve it. Kevon Benjamin. Kevon Benjamin. Graduating with a diploma with credit. Subject awards. Second place in geography. He is also receiving a trophy for being the most outstanding as well as a gift certificate from Turkberry. Thank you. Cindy Desmond Girls. Diploma with merit. Subject awards, second place in physics and information technology, and third place in Bible knowledge, Spanish, biology, and mathematics. Cindy Desmond Girls. Just pick up. Joram Dorival. Joram is receiving a diploma with merit. Subject award, third place in chemistry. Joram Dorival. Followed by Shalandi Florida. Diploma with merit. Subject award, first place in food, nutrition, and health. She also receives a check from Delicious Dishes for being the top student in this subject area. Shalandi, Florida. Just a reminder, each student will receive a gift card from Turkberry. Next student, Javier Force. Graduating with a diploma with distinction. Subject award, second place in building drawing, third place in English A and human and social biology. We acknowledge his achievement of grade 1 in CSEC, that is the Caribbean Secondary Examination Council subject, with a trophy, and he is the recipient of a trophy for being one of this year's most outstanding all-round students. He also receives a check from Stephen Dorr Limited for being this year's third place graduate. Graduating in absentia would be Latrell Hanfield, high school leaving certificate. Shade James, diploma with credit for her unfailing commitment to the dance group. She will receive a plaque from Mrs. Maureen Tucker, her Performing Arts Award. Shade James. Chelsea Jean. Graduating with credit. Olivia Jean Baptiste. Diploma. Olivia Jean Baptiste. Diploma with pass. Come on this side. Kristen Johnson. Students, please remember to come on this side. Kristen Johnson. Diploma with merit. Subject award, second place in mathematics and food, nutrition, and health. She is also the recipient of a trophy Johnson. Wendy Joseph. Wendy, graduating in abstention, diploma with merit, second place in building drawing. Shania Lightburn, diploma with merit. He is also receiving the Citizenship Award from the Maranatha Academy, sponsored by William VIP Service. The student that deserves the Citizenship Award has demonstrated the qualities, and he goes with that. Next student, Lovemika Lilise, diploma with credit. Lovemika Lilise, diploma with credit. Ashley Limperville. And as Ashley comes, Cara, you can follow. Ashley Limperville, diploma with credit. Ashley Limperville. Cara Limperville, diploma with merit. Cara Limperville, diploma with merit. Subject award, third place in food, nutrition, and health. Cara Limperville. Maxim Parker, diploma with merit. Subject award, third place in principles of accounts and principles of business. Maxim Parker. Travis Parker. Travis Parker, proud recipient of a diploma with merit. Travis Parker. Kalina Pierre. Kalina will be followed by Adonica, then Emmanuel. Kalina Pierre, diploma with credit. Kalina Pierre. Come on. Adonica Peter. Adonica Peter, diploma with credit. Adonica Peter. Emanuela Premi. After Emanuela, we would have Michelandi Pervert, followed by Tamiko. Emanuela Premi. Yes, she's coming. Diploma with pass. Emanuela Premi. Michelandi Pervert. Take your time. Michelandi Pervert, diploma with merit. Subject awards, first place in geography, second place in Spanish. She also receives a gift certificate from All About You, Alice and Alice, for being the most outstanding Graduating with a diploma with credit. Diploma with credit. Andre Wilson. As I said before, each student receives a card from Turk Berry. Andre Wright. Andre Wright. Diploma with merit. Diploma with merit. Subject awards. First place in social studies and human and social biology. Second place in Bible knowledge, chemistry, and building drawing. Third place in geography. Sorry, I made a little mistake and I'm going to go back. Sorry about that. Andre Wright, diploma with merit, subject awards, second place in information technology, and third place in physics. That's Andre Wright. Now we move to Tamara Pierre. Tamara Pierre, diploma with merit, subject awards, first place in social studies and human and social biology, second place in Bible knowledge, chemistry, and building drawing, third place in geography. She is also a recipient of a trophy for being one of this year's most outstanding all-round student. Based on the subject awards, she is the graduate who is awarded the Social Science Award for her top performance in both social studies and geography. She will receive as well a check from TC Gas for being the top human and social biology student, a check from Tropical Auto Rental for being the top social studies student, and a gift certificate from Nell's Gift Shop for being the top social science student. Carmen Alcantara. Carmen Cleto Alcantara. Graduating with distinction. Subject awards. First place in Spanish and building drawing. Second place in social studies, human and social biology, principles of accounts, and principles of business. Based on the subject awards, she is the graduate who is awarded the Business Award for her top performance in both business subjects. The English, or should I say the Language Arts Award for having the highest average in Spanish and English A combined, and the Industrial Arts Award from Mr. William Clare for being the top performer in industrial arts. This award is given by Mr. Clare in memory of a deceased past student, Brandon Harris, son of Prince and Martha Harris. She will also receive a check from CBMS, a check from Provo Electrical, and a Samsung tablet from D&B Auto for being the top industrial arts student. She will also receive a gift certificate from Turnberry for being the top Spanish student, and one from Nell's Gift Shop for being the top business student. We are coming down. I can tell you the number is 30, which means we are on our second to last student. At this time, we bring to you our salutatorian for the graduating class of 2020, Mark Berthier. Diploma with distinction. First place in Principles of business. Second place in English A and biology. Third place in social studies. He is also the recipient of a trophy for being one of this year's most outstanding all-round student. For his position as top male student for the graduating class of 2020, Mark receives the principal's trophy and 2 checks, one from the Turks and Caicos collections and the other from Project Tech Construction Management Service. As salutatorian, Mark receives a trophy as well as a gift card from Grace Way IG. Mark Berthier, our salutatorian. And finally, our valedictorian for the graduating class of 2020. We are proud again to present to you Oksana Daly, diploma with distinction. First place in Bible knowledge, English A, mathematics, physics, chemistry, biology, principles of accounts, and information technology. We acknowledge her achievement of a grade 2 in the last year CXC subject, or should I say exams, with a trophy. She also is the recipient of a trophy for being one of this year's most outstanding all-round student. She's receiving a trophy for being the most outstanding female in sports for her contribution over the years. She is also receiving a painting from Anna's Art Gallery for being the most outstanding student in English A, and a gift certificate from Basic Essentials Supplies for being the most outstanding student in physics. Based on the subject awards, Oksana Daly is the graduate who, for being the top student in biology, physics, and chemistry, will receive the Rufus Ewing Science Award. Oksana, being the valedictorian, will receive a gift from Royal Jewels. As valedictorian, she receives the Tian Thomas Award, sponsored by Miss Tian Thomas, past valedictorian of this institution. She will also receive an airline ticket from Inter-Caribbean Airline and an iPad from the Atlantic Caribbean Union of Seventh-day Adventists. There goes our valedictorian, Miss Oksana Daly. Ladies and gentlemen, parents and graduates, it is with awe that we have come to this moment, but we feel satisfied that we made it to this moment together. There are several pieces, but we just need to put our horns together for all those persons who made graduation 2020 a success by giving you all those gifts and ensuring that you have this moment to smile. We need to let you know, for the form teacher, Miss Matthews, please come forward. Miss Matthews, the form teacher of this class, will receive a gift certificate from Grace Bay Resort. Yes? She will receive a gift certificate from Grace Bay Resort, and this has been sponsored by our guest speaker. You heard her well, Miss Sheba Moncock. You heard her very well. She was loud and clear, and you were able to receive her message with grace. Miss Sheba Moncock Wilson, we appreciate and we hope you will appreciate such a token. Thank you very much. And for the hard work and commitment exhibited by the students of the basketball team, all basketball players will be treated to dinner at Big Al's by your basketball coach, Mr. Trevor Cook. We also thank Turkberry for ensuring that every student walk away with a gift certificate. And so again, put your hands down or make noise for Turkberry for the contribution they have made. And we must also say a special thanks to all again. Mr. Guthrie ensured that each student walk away with a Bible marker, a book marker. We are grateful for every contribution that was made. We say thank you, thank you, thank you.
Allow me to just add my bit of congratulations to all our graduates. And there's something I just want to say to all of you just before you go. To those of you who received trophies and gifts this afternoon, I want to say to you, congratulations. But there's another group that I want to address at this time. And so I don't miss a word, I'm going to glance at my paper. I say well done to all of you who received a gift this afternoon. For those of you who did not receive an award this year, I want to admonish you, keep working, keep motivated. Know that many of us earned our awards at different times. Give yourselves credit for being able to adjust to these challenges brought about by the pandemic. That in itself is history for you. Having lived through this experience, you are now equipped with the tools to handle future challenges, knowing that you will be successful. Be disciplined, be creative, create routines, be willing to start over and remain positive. Even in the face of failures, tell yourselves you can make it. I want you again to toot your horns for our graduating class of 2020. And as you exit the walls of Maranatha Academy, I want you to remember these words. In the words of Arthur Ashe, he says, start right where you are. Use just what you have. And I want to further encourage you to help others along the way. As I listened keenly to the introduction of our valedictorian, I noted one thing. It said that she was always willing to support those of her classmates. That's a commendable trait, and that's what I want you to go forward with. Follow your passion. Stay true to yourselves. Don't try to be anybody else. Be the best you. Take the first step in faith. You don't have to see the staircases. Just step forward. And I close with a paraphrased version of Jeremiah 29 verse 11. Remember, God has a plan for each of you. If you don't take anything else, I want you to take that. God has a plan for each of you. At this time, we will stand at attention for our school song. But just before the school song, just to reinforce our protocols, after the school song, you will all go back in your vehicles, graduates, and you will nicely exit the compound of the Maranatha Academy. We remind you that there will be no picture taking. We have to abide by the protocols established by the government. Just before the school song as well, we just want to remind all of you that there will be a motorcade. Since you can't stop and take pictures, you are going to line up behind the police vehicle that is parked to the entrance of the school, and you are being taken on a motorcade, and you will follow the instructions as given. Your school song, please stand at attention. May God continue to bless you, and we look forward to greater things from each of you. May God continue to be with you. This is what is going to happen. We're going to ask the valedictorian to position their vehicle behind the police vehicle, followed by the salutatorian, and then all others will follow behind. And this is going to be the route. We're going to leave from here, and we're going to go all the way up to IGA, and then we are going to come back down to town center. That's downtown as we know it. When we get back downtown, you will all separate from there. Is that clear? Do I have your cooperation? So we're going to ask our valedictorian, kindly position yourself immediately behind the police officer, followed by our salutatorian, and then all others will follow. All right? Thank you so much for your cooperation. You've been a great audience. God bless you.